Northern Lights out. Isn't it crazy? What is this life? I think it's like minus 10 degrees out today, Celsius. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Ooh, I love some morning aurora. It's so magical. And there are so many stars out. You can see there's still a little bit of light in the horizon, which is crazy. So this is definitely the lightest part of our day. Morning, everybody. Do you know what's so cool? That's the moon. Oh, I love these days. Hi everyone, good morning. I don't know if we can say that it's morning. I think it's like 1. I made my breakfast about 1 hour ago and then forgot about it. So I'm gonna eat it now. It's porridge with cardamom, cinnamon, Christopher's homemade applesauce, very nice. Today is Monday. And if you're wondering why I have makeup on, it's because I just had a meeting that I wanted to look, decent for. There's northern lights out already. How crazy is it? It's just so cozy. I thought that I would speak a little bit more about, what it is like living without daylight. Because I realized I haven't done that yet. Like, I just kind of forget that, wait, maybe this isn't, regular life to not have any daylight. But I love the polar nights. I don't think that much about it. I'm just like, oh, another dark day, here we go. So if you're new here on my channel, welcome. My name's Cecilia and I live on Svalbard, an island close to the North Pole. And right now we are in the middle of our polar night, which means that we don't have any daylight at all for 3 months. And I'm talking like absolutely no daylight. What you just saw with the northern lights is the brightest part of our day. And it will get only darker. So that like little bit of light, we won't have that at all in a few weeks. It's taking longer for it to get like completely pitch black. I thought it was now at the end of November, but it seems to be in the beginning of December maybe. So that's interesting. But yeah, so we live without any daylight for this long. And the questions always are like, don't you get depressed? How is sad? Seasonal affective disorder. Is everybody just, does nobody like it? But I think the answer is that most of us kind of like it. Of course, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but polar night is magical, guys. It's just, quiet and calm. And, we can see the northern lights like almost every single hour. Depends on if there's a solar storm, but you can see it at all times of the day. But yeah, so again, what is it like living without daylight? You might ask me. And the answer would be, I don't even think about it. Because it's kind of like, I come from Sweden, right? So in Sweden in winter, the south where I lived in Gothenburg, west coast, it would get dark at 3. It might get light from 10 a.m. So you would go to school, you would go to work in the dark, and then you'd come home in the dark. So for me, I'm like, well, it's almost the same because I don't really think about that time in between where I don't have daylight. It's crazier to me before this starts and after than it is when you're in it, because you just forget about it. You're like, dark today as well. And when you go outside, it doesn't feel like the darkness, because when I open my door, I am on like the doorstep to the galaxy. Because if it's a clear day, I can see every single star in the sky. I can see the Andromeda galaxy. I see the Big Dipper. It's right here. And it's also clear. So you just kind of feel like you're in your little, it feels like you're in one of those astronomy bubbles, So it's just a different type of daylight, I would say. It's like northern lights and stars. And when the moon is out, that feels like the sun. Because it's suddenly you can see all the stuff around you. On a really moonlit day, it feels like daylight. And it's such a cool feeling. There are definitely things that I do to like enjoy this time of year and not struggle as much as I might have if I don't, think about these things. So of course, vitamin D. We don't get any because we don't have any sunlight. So I take vitamin D supplements all year round, actually. So that's a good one. Like, don't just take it. If you live in a country like Norway or Sweden where we have, quite dark winters, just take vitamin D all year round. It's going to be great. I also take some other supplements, like different kind of, magnesium and stuff like that. But I'd say vitamin D is the most important one. And then the second one I would say is go outside. Enjoy the darkness. It's so easy to sit inside and just look out at, the snow or maybe the rain and just feel like, oh, that sucks. But when you go outside and kind of go into it, it's so much nicer than you would have thought of. And you're like, it's like an adventure, go out and check out what does it look around you when you have snow or rain, and what happens to the nature. It's probably going to be really beautiful. Also important to have good winter gear, because if you go outside and you're cold, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you go outside and you're warm, you're not going to think that much about it. I love going outside when it's crazy weather because I find it fascinating. So even though it's super windy, I just like gear up in tons of clothes, and I put, you know, Grimm's little stuff on him, this reflective vest, maybe some boots. He only wears boots if it's like -30. That's when I realize that he needs something to keep his feet warm. Otherwise, his paws are heated by the extra fur under his paw. So that's what I do. And apart from that, I don't know, just try to enjoy this time of year because this is such a big part of the year. If you live on Svalbard, we have this polar night for 3 months, almost 4. If I'm not enjoying it, it's basically like a third of the year that's just wasted. That's how I feel. So it doesn't even cross my mind that, oh my God, it's gonna be dark today. I don't even think about it. It's just a part of life here. Of course, I'm a bit more sleepy than I am other times of the year, but I would say that I'm more sleepy in the summer, to be honest, because that's when you're exhausted because we have midnight sun. But you know, I don't know, I just enjoy it. There's a plane coming in. Oh, really good tip. Get a wake-up light. That I would say is my #1 tip for winter. Get a wake-up light because a wake-up light will wake you up with a sunrise. You can also set it so that it sends you to bed with a sunset, but waking up to slow, like your room getting lighter slowly, means that for me, I woke up just naturally by myself instead of an alarm clock like shaking me alive. I woke up to the sunrise when there's no sunrise. That's great. Now we've actually we have Philips Hue. I put that on timer instead of the little light, so like the whole room gradually gets lighter. It's genius. Oh, it's so cozy. Another tip for winter survival, get a lot of nice indoor lighting. Have candles out, but also like put string lights everywhere. These are our all year round string lights. We don't take them down, but put up lighting inside that makes you happy. String lights heightens my mood with, I don't know why, like 10 notches. I'm like, I love it so much. So I put them everywhere. And now you can see I haven't started decorating yet because I'm waiting for the decorations. They're coming in the mail. So soon it will be fully decked out. And the Christmas tree is coming on the 6th of December. So we're a few days behind on the videos, and right now it's still not the 6th of December. So soon it will be all decorated. But just make your house cozy. Get a good winter jacket so you can go outside and be outside without being cold. Go outside and enjoy. Hike, go for a walk, take your dog. Anything, because if you just sit inside and think about how bad it is outside, you're just missing winter. And if you have snow, oh my gosh, go out sledding, skiing, have fun, snowball fights, everything. Enjoy the snow. That was this morning porridge chat. I'm gonna scoff this down now. Just go. And sit back down to work a little bit, and then I'm gonna go for a hike with Grim. He's not here at the moment, which is why it's so calm and quiet and there's not a fluffy boy running around. He's with Christopher in town because I have work, a lot of meetings. I'm doing like 2 more meetings today, which is so much fun. It's a lot of news stuff around Christmas because we live close to the North Pole, so people think it's exciting. I think it's exciting. Santa Claus has just arrived. I mean, what else can we say? Okay. I'm gonna go do some stuff now. I'm gonna leave you out with the Northern Lights, okay?